Nicole Scherzinger has reportedly got Andrew Lloyd Webber's support to star as Norma Desmond in a film adaptation of Sunset Boulevard. The former Pussycat Doll, 47, won critical and public acclaim for her recent portrayal of the faded silent film star on Broadway. Nicole is reported to be 100% committed to the musical, which won the Tony Award for Best Revival of a Musical. The LA source told The Mirror, "Andrew wants to make the movie with Nicole. He feels the momentum after the Broadway run needs to be harnessed. There is a sense that this is closer than ever now, which for Andrew will be a delight, given the years he's worked for it." The source went on to claim that filming could begin as early as next year if the project progresses in time. They said, "Andrew feels Nicole and the cast have the appeal to bring musicals back to the Oscars. People forget the film versions of Les Miserables and Chicago both blew up in cinemas and scored rafts of awards." Nicole has previously discussed the possibility of starring in a film adaptation of the musical, admitting earlier this year, "That's my dream, so I'm manifesting it right now." The Daily Mail has reached out to representatives for Andrew and Nicole for comment. The claims come after Nicole reportedly brought the house down with her final dramatic performance in Sunset Boulevard last month. The singer took to the stage one last time as the silent movie star and left fans stunned with her chilling finale look, featuring theatrical blood dripping down her neck. Nicole has won rave reviews for her role in the gritty classic. In the lead-up to her final show, tributes poured into her via Nicole's social media. Her vocal coach described her as an absolute force of nature. He revealed that on their first session, she looked at him right in the eyes and said, "I'm a good student. Tell me what I need to do, and I'm going to get it done." Nicole praised the production on Instagram at the time, writing, "Today the sun sets on Sunset Boulevard for the final time." After living and breathing Norma Desmond for the past 2 years, it's almost impossible to grasp that today is the last show. What began as a limited run then extended, now somehow nearly 10 months on Broadway have flown by. Norma's story is for anyone who's ever felt alone, abandoned, outcast, for anyone who never felt like they belonged, for those who once loved something deeply and had it taken from them, aching to reclaim it, for the dreamers, the fighters, the believers, the warriors, for those unshakable in their purpose and power, doing what they love most. This is my life. It always will be. There's nothing else. Nicole Scherzinger has just closed a career-defining chapter, and the next one could be on the big screen. After a widely talked about, often polarizing, but ultimately triumphant run as Norma Desmond in Jamie Lloyd's stripped-down revival of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Sunset Boulevard, Scherzinger finds herself at the center of conversation not only for her stage performance, but for a very specific, very Hollywood-sized possibility, a film adaptation of the musical in which Andrew Lloyd Webber himself is reportedly keen for her to star. This article traces the full history of that story, the musical's origins and screen pedigree, Scherzinger's rise into the role, the Broadway run and awards moment that amplified her profile, the long, winding path of a potential film adaptation, and what a cinematic Norma might mean for the property, the players, and audiences around the world. Sunset Boulevard began life as one of the great mid-century Hollywood noir films. Billy Wilder's 1950 movie, a mordant, darkly funny meditation on fame, delusion, and the raw underside of stardom, introduced Norma Desmond, a faded silent film queen clinging to memories and the fantasy of a triumphant return. The story's combination of obsession, theatricality, and a love-hate portrait of celebrity made it an obvious candidate for stage adaptation decades later. Andrew Lloyd Webber, already an established and sometimes divisive figure in the landscape of musical theater, turned the tale into a lavish stage musical in the early 1990s, pairing his score with book and lyrics drawn from different collaborators to translate Wilder's cinematic world into something musical and operatic. The result was grand and controversial in equal measure, a show that courted spectacle, big voices, and theatrical intensity. Over the years, Sunset Boulevard has enjoyed major productions and notable stars, Patti LuPone and Glenn Close among them, performers whose commanding stage presences and larger-than-life impulses made them natural choices for Norma. The musical's legacy became complicated. Part classic of the Lloyd Webber catalog, part object lesson in how difficult it is to adapt a dark, self-aware film into conventional musical theater. Still, the role of Norma Desmond remained one of those rare parts that could remap a performer's entire career when the alignment of actor, director, and vision clicked.